I guarantee you have never seen a girl put on her makeup while she talks about bulimia. Welcome to my channel. Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a little bit different to usual, but I kind of like that. I'm kind of mixing it up, having a few drinks, having a good time. Pretty much you're just going to see me sitting here drinking, putting on my makeup while talking about purging during recovery. What's up? Now I am going to force myself to start with my makeup straight away because I know that if I don't start doing my makeup straight away, I'm just going to start talking about bulimia and then I'm never going to get ready. I love how I thought this video would be a good idea. I can't even put on my makeup at the best of times, let alone when I've been drinking. And yeah, every single time I go out, I'm like, hey, you should come over, we should have some drinks and get ready together. Then the second I start drinking and putting on my makeup, I'm like, there's a reason. You do your makeup before you start drinking. Do I learn? Never. So you guys will already know this because I'm probably going to put it in the title, but today I am getting ready for a birthday party dinner. I turned 22 the past Monday and I did post a video about it. I hope you guys liked that one. And so today I thought I'll just do a little bit of a get ready with me while I put my makeup on. Like I said, I probably should have started doing my makeup before I started drinking, but you live and you learn, except you don't learn because here I am doing it again. People seem to think, and even people with bulimia themselves, seem to think that if you're in recovery then you just shouldn't purge or you shouldn't binge and purge, and that if you do then you're failing at recovery, and this is just so wrong. And it's honestly something that I think gets in the way of people's recovery more than so many other things. We seem to put so much emphasis on the actual act of purging that we begin to think that this is the whole issue. Don't get me wrong, I was one of these people as well. I thought that purging was the whole problem. I thought if I just stop purging, then my eating disorder will go away because that's the problem. The problem is that I'm making myself be sick. This is so wrong. Purging is not the problem. That's just the action that we do because of the mental issues that we have. The best way that I can possibly explain this, and my sister and I say this to each other all the time, is that think of bulimia or an eating disorder like a common cold. Okay, so when you've got a cold, you will have the sniffles and you will sneeze and you will cough. Take coughing for example. You cough because you have a cold. Coughing is just an action of the cold. It's something that you do because it's a symptom of the cold. It's just like that with bulimia. You purge and you make yourself sick, or you binge and purge because that is a symptom of your eating disorder. I get that it's so easy to get caught up in being like, purging is the problem, it's the only problem, and once I stop doing that I fix my eating disorder. But it's not true. You have to fix the actual problem, and that is such a deeper thing than just the act of purging. This next thing that I'm about to say, I know not everyone is going to agree with, and that's okay, but just bear with me, okay? What if you're someone who struggles with bulimia, what if instead of trying to put all your focus on not purging, what if you allow yourself to purge? I'll give you a second. Let's be honest about something. If you are trying not to do something, the harder you push yourself and the more you say, I can't do this, I can't have this, the more you're going to want it. Really easy basic example. If you tell yourself, I eat too much chocolate, I need to cut it out, I'm not having any more, none, nothing. If you go out and there's dessert there and you've said, I can't have it, you are going to want it 10 times more, 50 times more. If someone brings out, oh heaven forbid, someone brings out chocolate mud cake, you are going to be sent. You are not going to be able to hold yourself back and you're going to eat the chocolate cake. Am I right? Yes. Okay, well, I use the same kind of theory when it comes to bulimia, or at least like this is what has worked for me in my recovery. But let's say hypothetically you're someone who binges and purges or just purges 4 times a day, and you say, I can't do it at all today, I'm just not going to do it. Your brain is going to scream at you. You are going to go insane. And more than likely, you're probably going to actually fall off the rails, I use that lightly, and either do it 4 times or do it more than that because you've told yourself, no, I can't have it. So you're going to be screaming, or at least your brain is going to be screaming at you, do it, do it, do it, to the point that you feel like you've fallen off the edge and you do it even more than what you originally did in the first place. So, if you tell yourself, hypothetically you do it 4 times a day, if you tell yourself, I can do it today, I am going to try to bring my number down, because let's be honest, that is the goal in recovery. Your goal is to bring your number down. So yes, you want to try to bring your number down, but tell yourself, okay, today I can do it, but I'm only going to do it 3 times. And that's like, make it seem almost like you're making a deal with yourself, because it can feel like you have a whole nother voice in your head when you have an eating disorder. So try to bargain with that voice in your head, try to reason with it, say, okay, I am going to do it, but on my terms, and my terms are that today I'm only going to do it 3 times. You don't get an opinion. I'm only doing it 3 times, not 4 times. This is my choice, my decision, my life. I'm only going to do it 3 times. I can guarantee if you try to do this, then straight away, the second you give yourself permission to do something, you're going to feel more relaxed, and you're going to feel like you can take on those moments of urges so much easier, because they're not going to be so forced, and they're not going to feel like all the pressure in the world, because you've given yourself permission. You're going to feel more relaxed, more calm, more at ease, and you're going to be able to make decisions so much clearer than what you would if you told yourself not at all. All I'm trying to say is that purging during recovery is so normal. You can't expect yourself to just stop completely. I don't think anyone really does expect that, but I feel like the second you decide you want to recover, if you are, and then you suddenly purge, you think, oh my god, I'm failing recovery, I'm not doing a good job, like I can't go a simple day or a week without doing it. And it's just not the case, because it's not about the purging. It's not about the act of what you're doing. And that's what you need to drill into your head. And I know it's so hard when society says one thing, but you need to trust your gut. And if you know that the problem is not purging, if you know the problem is stemmed somewhere deeper, then that's you. That's not on society, that's not on anyone else, that's you, that's your story, your journey, and no one can tell you otherwise. So if you're trying to recover, instead of putting all your focus on trying not to purge, because think about it, and I'm speaking from experience, if you were thinking 24/7, okay, I'm not going to purge, and this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to plan out my whole day, so I'm busy at the times that I would usually be triggered, I can do this and do that, I can eat these particular meals, and you plan out everything. So you plan down to the very last minute so you don't purge. Think about it. You're still thinking about the eating disorder 24/7, and that's not giving yourself a break, and eventually you're going to crack. So instead, drop the focus on trying not to purge. Instead, give yourself permission to do it, but work with it. Work with the goals that you want. So if you want to take it down from 4 to 3, okay, tell yourself, I'm allowed to do it 3 times. I'm in recovery. 3 is better than 4, and that's good for me. That's a challenge for me. If you're someone that does it at particular times of the day, then maybe you're going to decide, okay, I'm going to try to take away the first time in the day that I would do it. At that time, get out of the house, get away from places that trigger you, go see a friend, go for a walk, go to a park, write in your journal about how you're feeling, listen to music, have a dance, have a boogie, be a geek, do whatever you want to do, but distract yourself in a way that is positive, distract yourself in a way that is focusing on life. Don't just sit around and think, okay, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to do it for the next hour, if I can just get past this 1 hour, then I'll be fine and I'll do it and I'll be good. Don't do that. Don't sit and think about it, because you're not going to get better. Yes, you may be able to push through, but you're still giving it your thought 24/7, and that's not going to help you in the long run. You want to put that aside and say, look, I'm not thinking about you right now. If it helps you, you can literally put your hand up and say to the thoughts that are coming in, you can be like, not right now. You might look like a bit of a freak down the street, but that's fine. You might be like, not right now. I hear you, but I'm not listening to you. This is my time. For the next hour, this is about me. I'm going to do something that I will actually enjoy, and I'm not listening to you. I'll come back to you later. So then you don't panic on the inside, because you're not saying, okay, I'm not doing it at all today. I have to keep busy for the entire day. You're not doing that. You're saying, okay, I hear you. I will come back to you later. I know I'm going to do it later because I have permission, but right now I'm going to focus on something else, and focus on something that is about life. You want to take the focus off trying not to binge and purge, and you want to put it on life, because that is what is going to get you the absolute furthest. Furthest? Is that a word? Have I dropped too much? Is that a word? I can't tell you. Why is it so good? I know it's so easy for me to sit here and tell you guys, oh, you know, just do these simple things and recovery for you will be so much easier. But please know that I'm not sitting here as someone who recovered in a week or a month. It has been years and I'm still in recovery. I still am learning things every single day. I'm not cured, I'm not fixed, I'm not 100% recovered, and I'm not sitting here telling you do all these things and you will recover. I'm telling you what's worked for me and what has gotten me the furthest in my recovery and what has gotten me to the point where I'm at today, where I can do things like, for example, right now I can go out and I can have a party with my friends, I can celebrate my birthday, I can enjoy myself, and I don't spend the entire day thinking, okay, so I'm going out for dinner tonight, am I going to eat during the day, am I going to exercise during the day, if I eat anything, how long do I have to wait till I can eat? If I go out, am I going to eat? Am I going to be sick? I don't have to do that anymore because I'm so much freer than what I used to be, because I actually feel like I have a life now and I can't put into words what that means. And that's why I'm making these videos, because I hope that something I say can stick with someone, and then maybe someone can think, maybe I'll give that a try. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I'm telling you what has made it easiest for me and what has worked for me. What I found over the years in my recovery from my eating disorder is that the less attention I gave the physical actions and the more I focused on life in general, the happier I became, the more I began to realize why I was doing these things in the first place. Because once I started to feel real joy, I realized what was making me truly sad. Because when I was at my worst, I was sad 24/7. I wasn't happy. I didn't see my friends. When I did, I felt like it was very forced on my part, and I never had a good time. I couldn't enjoy going to something like what I'm doing tonight and going out for dinner. I couldn't do that and be truly happy. So once I started to put my actions aside and I started to say, okay, I'm going to go to this party. When I get home, I can binge and purge. I'm going to go see my friend and I will binge and purge one less time today. Once I started to work with myself and work with my eating disorder and what I could handle, that's when I started to see a huge difference, because I realized in working with myself, that's the only way I was going to get that far. Because if you go by what other people are telling you, you're constantly working with other people's opinions and things that have worked for other people. You need to stop and you need to listen to yourself and think, okay, what can I handle today? You can take tips from other people, but you can't try to live your life and your recovery through someone else. You have to take bits and pieces and do what works for you. Thank you guys all so much for all the feedback you've given me, and for anyone who has sent me a message. I am so grateful and it helps me more than you probably realize. So I wanted to give you a special thanks. And honestly, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. It was a lot of fun to make, and I just hope I see you in my next one. Bye guys.